morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Thanks a lot for joining us. We're here, we're live, and pretty loud it feels like this weekend, which is all good to see. We are here for the Sorare Game Week deadline stream, deadline show. I am Quinny, and I am joined as ever by my co-pilot, Harry Trades, my man. Good to see you.
Good to see you, mate. Yeah, nice to be back. Another week, another big game week ahead of us, and yeah, mate, new beginnings.
New beginnings. I called the stream, so I'm just getting everything set up. But I did call the stream Choose Your Target. This is the first change we've got. We've had a wee, don't think it's anyone's favourite change. It's probably everyone's last favourite change that we've had. But it's the first week of it. And it's definitely something that I heard you and Fed talking about quite a bit yesterday, and a few others as well, about what targets to pick, what makes sense, odds of probability, ROI potential, and all that stuff in between. So it's about the first weekend. We're all kind of in the same boat. We're all kind of, putting the blindfold on and throwing the dart at the dartboard together. How are you feeling ahead of it, Harry?
Yeah, it's been not weird, but yeah, it's been a bit different as far as, what players I'm trying to put into places that maybe I wouldn't normally prioritize. Maybe last weekend, like just with the whole target situation, with the threshold, there's definitely things I've had to, move around maybe and think, okay, well, I might have to go less competitive in, say, under 23 Super this weekend, and hope I maybe hit it big in Cap 240 with maybe the middle threshold or something. So yeah, I've definitely had to rejig a few things around, and I'm now playing the Prem comp, Quinny. That's my sort of breaking news as far as my gallery goes. I've bought a few in-season cards to attack there. So yeah, I've had to do a few things since the update and stuff to kind of put myself in a position where just comfortable, I want to just enjoy the game a bit more. But I feel like I did get a bit stale in how I was approaching the game. And yeah, sometimes you just need a wake-up call. And I'm not saying I wanted this, update to pan out how it has exactly, but a shake-up sometimes is quite needed. And did it have to be this drastic? Maybe not, obviously, right? But we're all probably in agreement with that. But yeah, it's definitely caused me to rejig things around. Sometimes there is a bit of fun in that, in a weird, twisted way.
Yeah, for sure. I was quite surprised to hear you've went such a handbrake turn. Do you want to show us a wee bit of what you've picked up or what you've been up to?
I can't. Yeah.
Or we kick the door open since we've not got any Mr. Midweek.
We don't. I was. I think I was half a point away from the Super Rare threshold had I played my Magnus Madsen. So I know that's a bit of a stretch, but yeah, obviously got a goal against City. Don't worry about that, Trevor Carlson, to start us off. It's a little 220 piece, but yeah, mate, I've gone quite heavy into the Premier League cards after that Luis Diaz win.
Nice,
because I was in a situation where having him in there, of course I could have just sold him and obviously got on with my day because he's an in-season card, but I felt as though I kind of needed to take advantage maybe of what I kind of already had as a base. And let's be fair, it wasn't much of a base. It was an old season Bart, and that's now turned into, a whole host of Brighton in season cards, plus a cheeky little Will Hughes, a Luis Diaz, and a Pablo Sarabia. But I said on my video, like I'm not looking to go out and win these Premier League in season comps. I know we've seen Nep do it and stuff, but like I'm quite happy really fishing for those lower prize pools. And one thing I think is quite interesting that I think we should actually just make aware that I wasn't aware of, and neither was Led actually, which is a surprise. The prize pool last weekend went down to 125 positions, and this week it's 140. Ooh. So I don't know whether they're increasing the amount given out in cash based on increase of supply of cards, because there's obviously more Premier League cards this week than there was last week. Sure. Now I don't know if that's coincidence. People might know a bit more than me, but from what I've gathered there, do we see a continuous rise of winners? I don't know. Maybe it stays at 140, but that's not the reason I've gone into it. But yeah, you know what I'm saying. But basically, I'm hedging my bet on Bart and Steele. Basically, obviously, I want the Steele team to kind of do well. But if he doesn't start, for some reason it doesn't show you your second team. I don't know why that's. Do you get what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to show you. I can probably show you. Yeah, that's the second team basically. Anyway, so yeah, I'm in a situation where I'm just interested in just having another lineup that could potentially win cash. We've obviously seen now that the ways to win cash on this game right now is not as fruitful, maybe, which is probably the fairest word. So you've just got to adapt sometimes. So yeah, that's kind of the majority of what I've got myself stuck into over the last couple of days. And yeah, I'm happy with it. I haven't outlaid an amount that I'm not comfortable with. It's not, I haven't broken the bank. I'm not buying Rodri's and Salah's. And if I didn't win the Luis Diaz, things might have been a bit different. That's just being brutally honest. Like I might not have had the appetite because those forwards to get, Quinny, as we know, having a half decent forward it's not easy to do, especially in an in-season Premier League card. So like to get that Luis Diaz in there as a tier 2 was massive for me. And yes, Mickey, I am ready for you to do it. And I know you are because you picked up a super rare. Very cheeky from you, Mickey. I saw that.
Mickey's always crawling the market. He's always getting good wee snipes.
He's not stupid, that Mickey, is he?
And Harry, you forgot your hat today as well.
I do have my hat with me. I just had a shower, to be fair. So I thought, you know what? I don't really need to wear my hat today.
And as I see Monkey, Mikey Bass and Channy, a bunch of our legends coming in, I'm reminded we actually have some. So check this out, Harry. There's almost 100 Sorare Scouts and Managers here already. We've got some cards for a giveaway, right? 2 of them have been donated by Mickey Flynn. Now, I better actually go and show you this before. So where would it be? It'll be in here. Now, Mickey's asked us to, where the heck is it? Oh, it'll be a few days ago because I'm going to do it in 2 seconds. So he's asked us to, he's donated the cards to giveaway. Now, Mick is a member of the FC Barcelona member streams, and we've had good fun with Mick's gallery, developing that over the season and all that good stuff. And he's been a great supporter of the channel and the content here. But he's asked for a wee bit of back scratching on the go, Harry, here. So he's donated his 2 cards, okay? Now we can see his Sorare name here, Mick Flynn, open to trades, with the wee Everton badge. And what he's asking is, right, because he's donated 2 cards to the stream, and I think we help a man out here. Yeah. Anyone who's watching the stream today, when you're on to Sorare, jump over to Mick's page and give him a follow. He's trying to get some points on the manager challenger stuff unlocked for people following you or whatever it is. So he's on 10 now. I don't know what the target is, but if you're watching the show today, Mick is sponsored the giveaway, as it were. So please do jump over to his page and drop him a follow and support the giveaway on the channel in that way. So you don't need to worry about retweeting and all that kind of stuff to get. But we'll do a competition in the chat, of course. But do the man a turn. You sponsored the chat, so go give him a wee follow over on Sorare and help him get his points and all that good stuff. So Mick's donated us 2 cards, which is brilliant. And we've got another card that we've had donated to us as well. I don't know who it was that donated it. It's a very small account, and it's not a very exciting card. It's a red X. I don't really know the guy's story or whatever. So this can maybe be the booby prize. Is he injured or something? So can be good. But I thought he was a good guy when I seen his name. Yeah. I seen the golf. I was like, okay, he's a player. But then I seen the red X and this stuff. So I don't know what his deal is. But this could maybe be the booby prize today. So somebody will win this, whether they like it or not. And that'll be all she wrote for that one. I've made a couple of little deals at a couple of wee trades myself, Harry boy. I did a wee tweet for one of them. It's end of an era for me. Odds and Edwards Unique is left the building, and I brought in a Victor Saganikov super rare, which is lovely, into my wee Girona collection. This was one of the first moves I thought about maybe trying to do when the announcement came out and stuff. Like I kind of need a Saganikov for my collection and for the new world that we're going to go into, and also Edward is less useful to me as a unique now all of a sudden. But so I managed to get a 1-for-1 card trade, and I thought I would ask the chat. Maybe I'll even do a little poll, right? But when I put the post out, I was expecting maybe people think it was a good deal for both. I was expecting some people to maybe throw some opinions at it, like in one way, shape, or form, So I was going to ask the guys in the chat what they thought, if it was a W or an L. But one thing I always find interesting when I look at this Edward, he's won me some stuff or whatever. Mamba's got him up for sale already, which is fun. But it was I remember when I got it, I made a video about it as well. But I was on a train coming back from, I think maybe the London meetup or something. But I was coming back from England at some sort of Sorare based thing, maybe the Tottenham Stadium time or something like that. And it was like somebody traded me cards for all these Japanese ones, and then I traded all the Japanese ones for the Edward. It's a fun video. So anyway, that Edward's now turned into a Saganikov, which is fun. So quite happy with that. 1 card in, 1 card out kind of thing, a black for a blue, and it kind of makes a bit of a change, makes a bit of a difference to, what I can do and what I might be trying to get up to. 2 seconds. But after that, Harry, I think we've all been bit by a bug. I've seen the amount of Brighton cards you've picked up there. I was listening to your content and stuff like that. So when you said the Luis Diaz one, it rang a wee bell for me. And I was like, oh yeah, of course. I remember you talking about this. But I had a similar kind of expedition there after the Saganikov, and I ended up going out. And I wonder what anyone's opinion on this would be, right? But I was very close to trying to get myself a unique Giveawaay Draw just before he got the loan transfer to Sociedad when he was really low priced. Didn't really work out for me. I managed to get a super rare in, thankfully, right? Now, we Where did you see the deal I did for this one? So he's at Sociedad, which is cool. He's on loan from Atletico Madrid. Maybe make a move in the summer. We'll deal with that later. But I traded my in-season Romero plus a couple of quid for it.
Interesting. Yeah, I can see that working. It all depends on your gallery, doesn't it? Like that deal might not look as good for somebody else that like needs in-season Premier League cards. Getting rid of a Romero super like in season might not make sense because the opportunity cost of not playing him maybe this weekend in a good fixture, whatever. But for yourself, who's not going to play that this weekend, or maybe for the foreseeable, and you are targeted champ, in season maybe, then it just makes I think it makes a lot of sense. You needed a super rare defender in that region. You've managed to go and get it for 80 quid and another reward, basically, right? So, if you look at it that way in your gallery sort of lens, then mate, I think that's a really nice little card pickup, like you said, obviously on loan and stuff, but we can deal with that later on.
Yeah, and everyone's going and everyone's talking about the price of Rodri's and everything like that, right? But what everyone will soon be talking about is the price of Quandary. So I went and picked up a Quandary for my 270. Wee man's on it, by the way. Away to Livingston this weekend. He'll be cooking, he'll be going for it big time. So wee Quandary on loan from Celtic to St Mirren, playing in the main playmaker role for them. Could be good fun. And I see you're laughing, Harry. No, you're not. Quandary could be the real deal.
I was like, I know they've bought half the Korean forwards from the K-League, but I didn't know they went into the midfield category. I know they rinsed the J-League for their midfielders as well, didn't they, for a bit? Iwata and obviously Hatate. But okay, this is a new one. When did they actually sign him? Was it this
January?
Oh wow! And
Celtic signed him Celtic signed him in the summer.
Got you. Sorry.
Couldn't get a game for us. Plays for St Mirren and is getting called Quandary now.
Interesting.
I can't take credit for that one, but I will put it out there for everyone. Lots of fist bumps, lots of heroes and legends joining us, guys. We're over 100 on YouTube and we're live on X and Facebook and Twitch and all these other good places. No matter where you're catching the stream today, please do smash the like button, share, retweet, interact with the content. Wherever you're finding it, it just lets social media know that you're having a good time here. And as you know, Sorare own and control the internet, so they know what's going on, no matter what platform you're on. And if they see you've been here and you've not hit the like button, then your RNG, your DNPs, all of that stuff is going to go way against you. Those 50-50 calls, the guy's on the bench. If you do pick up a T5, he's going to be injured. So do yourself a favour, hit the like button, and you help out me and Harry as well by doing that, because if we get enough likes, we get better luck as well, which is always good crack. We always love a bit of that. But yeah, I think that's about time, Harry. We've kind of left the door open and chatted nonsense for a wee bit too long, probably. Everyone's like, we want the news, because the last couple of weeks we've been saving lineups and we've been making calls that have been coming in. We've made some calls as well that didn't come in, but we won't talk about them.
It happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, mate. I mean, I did the lineup, the strategy show, or not, whatever show I did with Led in the week, and yeah, the only thing I can remember from that one of the only things was how crazy Challenge is going to be this weekend, Quinny. And I know your boys are in there somewhere. But yeah, I mean, just on a bit of a topic, like what are you thinking as far as Challenger goes this weekend, if we're looking at this matchups tab?
Sorry, I'm just distracted here because we have a Sorare Andy official.
Yeah, I know that account. Yeah, he's a nice guy. Well, he seems like a nice guy. I don't know why it's spam so much. Yeah, I doubt he did that on purpose, if I'm being honest.
I was just going to say, I didn't know the Sorare Andrews had their own spin-off Twitter account. I thought that's what it was at first there. But yeah, it has just pure jumped through the live chat. So Sorare Andy, thanks very much for getting involved. Your thousands of interactions there, good to see. And yeah, well, the golfer's retired. Oh, okay, so that is a booby prize. Simo, thanks for the intel, my man. Fist bump. And yeah, hundreds of these joining us. But sorry, Harry, I got a bit distracted by that.
Just as far as Challenger goes, and just how how Challenger heavy this top whatever, let's say top 5, 6 matchups are this weekend are, because it feels like Challenger is going to be a bloodbath.
I think so. Yeah, and I think it was, you did the show earlier, didn't you? The preview, or did you do it? Yeah. And it is like, it's mad Challenger at the top, and the midweek football I don't think has really made much of a dent in maybe like teams coming into the weekend. But I think maybe some more of these teams will have games like Inter. I don't think play Champions League this midweek, but they play next midweek, I think. Similarly, maybe with Arsenal and maybe one or two other names and faces around here. some of the guys that played Thursday will play again, I'm sure. I think they play back to back. I'm not too sure, maybe double check that. But yeah, it's going to be really tough. All at home. I see a big stretch of blue home teams there. Porto, Zagreb, Antwerp, Benfica, Feyenoord, PSV, all ahead of Celtic there as well, which I'm getting lots of messages about the Celtic game as well, because that is at home. You expect it to be good. But Kilmarnock are no pushovers, and it's definitely going to be a funny one there. So yeah, it's definitely going to be a bit of a challenge or bloodbath. I think we'll start off with the boys at the top. It's been a while since they've been up there, but we've seen them there throughout the season repeatedly. But PSV are back up on top, and it's the midfielder and the forwards especially that are popping on that matchup indicator.
Yeah, I watched the last PSV game. Was it away to... might have been Volendam. And yeah, my Teze got 4 decisives, 1 being a negative, which is always fun. Veerman came off at half-time, so I think he should be good to go this weekend. It seems like I think they were just sort of easing him back in. The game it wasn't done at that point, but because they won 5-1 in the end or something, but it wasn't that scoreline when he went off. So it's definitely an interesting one. Bakayoko's been off it recently. Having a look at that L5, I think he's a AAA this weekend, and I probably back him to do something this weekend decisively, but he hasn't been his sort of normal self. As far as how good he is on a Tesso 5 and whatever. So yeah, it's an unbelievable matchup. It's at home, but you do have to worry. Someone said Holland said it in the chat there. I'm afraid for the subs, second half and stuff, because they will be playing. Do they play Arsenal? They don't play Arsenal. I don't know who they play, but they play someone in the Champions League.
I think Arsenal's in the group.
It was on the group. Yeah, they play I'm sure they play somebody next weekend, next midweek. So yeah, that'll definitely play into it. Sorry, Holland said Veerman was only supposed to play half. Fair enough, that makes sense.
I just noticed that Kelvin Leardam's in this defence, and it's totally got me off, because look at his. I seen his picture and I thought, is he making an angry face in that picture? Kelvin Leardam, if anyone doesn't know, is an MLS veteran or whatever. But look at that face he's making. He is not happy.
Angry man. Angry man. Sorry, yeah, they play Dortmund PSV next week, so massive game. For them, and yeah, the team's as full strength as they can kind of get, I would say. And Hercules aren't great at all, so yeah, that feels like, well, it is obviously up there big time. Feyenoord, on the other hand, though, do have a few injuries to worry about.
Yeah, they do. Just looking at the table there before we flip into Feyenoord, but yeah, PSV quite comfortably cruising, and yeah, both of them will get great games this weekend, so it's hard to imagine either drops points. How did Weeford do last night?
Not great, to be honest. Yeah, nobody really scored that well. It was only Hartman. I think Pacquiao scored the goal, maybe, and yeah, I don't. No one else really scored that well. Gertrude was ill. That has changed something for me, because Timber's been at 30% because of his concussion, and now he's at 60, and he has obviously a god matchup this weekend. So I might need to do a bit of rejigging for that one. Sorry, Holland, let me know what you think about the Timber
Last
situation.
Updated 10 minutes
Literally
ago.
10, 15 minutes ago, yeah. So, yeah, that's an interesting one. I read an article saying they're hoping he's fine, but I don't really know. But again, really good matchup. Walwick, they have a good goalie. They definitely have a great goalie there. I don't really know how well they've been scoring and stuff, away from home. I can't imagine it'd be great. Chani said coach said that they should both be in the squad. Okay, I'll think about it.
There's Warwick and Heracles there, both bottom 5, horrible defensive records. And especially, let's see them both away from home. Warwick, scored 7 goals in 10 games away from home. Heracles conceded 24 over 10. Very good. Dutch going this weekend, isn't it?
Yeah, it could be frightening. Your Buscaglis and Des assist 100 at halftime type of situation. You just never know. But like Sorare Holland said, there is scope for them to be dragged at halftime and stuff if games are 3-0 at halftime. And obviously that could suffer. If you still need, I don't know, Bakayoko to get a decisive and he hasn't at halftime, it could be panic station sometimes. So yeah, those feel ridiculous. And then I guess moving on to Benfica, who had a nice little 90th minute winner, I think, last night. Angel Di Maria.
Yeah.
He scored 2, did he? I definitely scored the winner. Can't remember if he scored the first, but yeah, big result for them against Toulouse. At home to Vizela, who, that team doesn't really change, I don't think, from last night. Maybe Jean Mario didn't play.
Yeah, Mario's not been around, I think, for a few games. I'm sure that's something we've seen people have been upset with. But yeah, it looks very much the same team I've seen predicted midweek. And yeah, Vizela is not a fixture that Benfica sweat, so I think this is it's just where do the big scores come in? Who plays 90 minutes? If Di Maria does start this, he's probably not smashing his face off, maybe. It's a 50-minute, just keep the wheels turning kind of thing.
Definitely.
But defence, goalkeeper, maybe a João Neves or João Mario, these types of guys could pop off big.
Yeah, Otamendi could pass his way to a very nice score. Kochu and Florentino Luis are out. I think they're both suspended. Thank you for that, David Alves. But yeah, Bar didn't start last night. That's it. Okay.
1544.
Yeah, it's tasty. Back from injury. Very tasty.
Very, very good. This is probably for me, like the biggest fixture of the weekend. If you have a stack, probably this is probably one of the ones that could be a 5-man team. I think top to bottom, where you could get 80+ scores or something like that. And Inter, I don't know. I'm pretty sure the cards have always been bundles when they were sold. I don't think they were ever like single issue. So you find like the likes of the Bastonis and the Barellas and stuff like that. They normally kind of belong to people that have an Inter kind of cohort, But against Salernitana, like Sommer should be, there should be about 5 or 6 players here that get close to the 80, if not above it. It's probably usual suspects, isn't it?
Yeah, Kalinoglu's been ridiculous, hasn't he?
Over
the last couple of games, some incredible passing highlights I've seen on Twitter and stuff. And yeah, Martinez, Thuram, there's got to be goals in this game for them, surely to God. But then I guess they play midweek, like we said. So
it only needs to be, I think, 1 or 2 for Inter. I think as long as the decisives fall to like the people you want them to fall to, it's not Dumfries and Carlos Augusto get 4 decisives between the two of them, for a 2-0. Then that's the thing that you maybe are worried of. I would think.
What's happened to the left wing back, DeMarco? Is he injured, lads? No, he's behind Augusto. Wow.
I think it's a rotation thing. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah.
So I know this guy hasn't been, as you can see from his averages, I know this guy hasn't been playing often and hasn't been great. I read something about him not that long ago, and it was talking about his adjustment to Inter or something. I don't remember at all, but I don't think that's a drop-in for DeMarco as much as maybe he's got a knock or they're giving him a breather because it's Salernitana, maybe he's played all the games and stuff. But again, this team, they've got Manolas in here now. Since the last time we looked at Salernitana, they've been pursuing the big Greek Serie A semi-legend. I think he maybe went to Greece or he went somewhere funky. He wasn't playing. If you had his card, it was painful. But he's now back. And this Salernitana team is definitely chasing the streets won't forget status now, with Boateng, Manolas and Ochoa as this little triangle in the defence to remind the other players we've spoken about in games gone by. So there is a wee bit of threat to the clean sheet here with Candreva, former Inter Milan player, loves a worldie. Never mind some of the other guys we've mentioned and the guys in attack, Dia and Weissman, obviously not shy themselves. Chuan off the bench, perhaps.
Yeah, they have a few, some veterans in there that could cause a bit of trouble and maybe stifle Inter somewhat, but it's still a tough ask, isn't it?
Yeah. That's it. If I had an Inter team, I'd be probably the most confident out of most of these because 1 or 2-0 for the right players, you're scushing it, I think.
And you're surrounded by challenger teams, so throwing that into a champ, lineup obviously could be quite nice for Inter boys this weekend, definitely.
Yeah, big time. Now, I owe an apology to our Croatian friends because I thought this midweek Betis were going to run riot over Zagreb, and in fact, Zagreb go away to Seville and they came out with a positive result and they are in the top order for the weekend. So well done to the boys at Zagreb. GG's to them on leg 1 against Betis, and let's see how they do in leg 2. I don't think this is much of a changed team. I can't say I was laser focused on the lineup. This feels like full strength, doesn't it? Kaneko, Paterina, Petkovic, Misic, Perkovic left back now, Rostovski.
Yeah,
Zagreb are back.
Strange. Marco Bulat starts, they dominate. Are they back? I wouldn't say, no, I think it's too early to say that, but they're definitely on a positive trajectory, I would say. Baturina's had a couple of DAs the last couple of games. They're winning games, which is obviously good, and keeping a couple clean sheets. And then, this fixture seems like a good one, after playing in it was away, wasn't it, as well in Spain? So, yeah, I feel like, this is something that they probably feel like they got a very good chance of, getting a nice result, and then not having to maybe do too much in many ways.
It's the midfielder score that stands out the most there, isn't it?
Misic, could be a Misic weekend.
A game in hand. They need to get their title credentials back on track as well. So they'll be walking on sunshine coming back from Spain. All those players will feel 10 foot tall. And Vazadin are currently third bottom in this little division. Is this maybe a game in hand? No, it's not. Other teams are playing. Hajduk also play, and so do Rijeka. Yeah, so it's not the game in hand week, but yeah, this could be a statement. Zagreb win. They've got a European win under their belt. I see all those players will be feeling 2 foot taller. Beating Betis 1-0. Should have finished 1-0. Correct me if I'm wrong. Sorry. And yeah, as I say, behind the 8 ball in the title race could be like a season-changing result for them all of a sudden. So I'll definitely be watching this eagerly from a distance in fear.
100%. Yeah, 100%. It just adds to the cluster that we have in Challenger, doesn't it? Obviously, we've already highlighted 4 teams, and then we've got another 2 at home now in Porto, and obviously Celtic. Then that, there's like a what 6 teams there, all at home, all sort of giants in their league on paper and whatever. And yeah, man, these scores could be absolutely ridiculous.
Otavio centre back, new guy.
Yeah, what's going on there? That must be a new guy. It's got to be a new guy. It's got to be a young new guy, I'm going to guess. Maybe not young, but he hasn't got a picture, which maybe tells us
he's played 3 games in the L5.
Interesting.
Let's have a wee peek at this. We love a rookie, don't we, Harry?
We do, yeah. Obviously, they've just minted cards as well. Yeah, he hasn't played, has he? I swear he hasn't played.
It says 3 in the L5, so we'll just have a wee gander. So I don't want to just put Otavio in because it might be hard to find him.
Yeah, I don't think he's played, honestly.
Unless he's got one of these funny names that changes.
Yeah, it could be Cardoso. Yeah, it could be... Is it that Fabio Cardoso? No, probably. There he is. Newcomer. I bet he hasn't played a game, and those games are for somebody else.
Yeah. Famalicão. Oof,
yeah, they did get him from Famalicão.
Look at that. Oh, sorry, not got the right screen on. Look at that.
Nice. He was under my boy Zayda Yusuf's wing.
Not a bad kid, eh?
Not bad at all, it looks like, yeah. What did they pay for him? 12 mil. Wow, David says. Yeah. Fair play.
So fair play to this kid. Watch out for him, guys. Otavio.
We need Otavio cards ASAP.
So he's in next to Big Pepe. That'll be fun. Mm-hmm. And Estrella.
Yeah. I mean, I know someone said that, Porto haven't been great, but a couple of the, Coentrao has been really good for AA recently. Varella's been really good, but I think he's injured again, or injured. So that's obviously not ideal, but yeah, I guess, they're not, it's definitely not as good as the Benfica situation. And I think the Benfica SO5 scores will be a lot better than the Porto ones, but yeah, they'll be up there. And then we get to your boys.
We do. We get to my boys. So this is a funny one because normally, like, Celtic have been kind of predictable. It's just knowing the injury report, but maybe we've had the Brendan Rodgers press conference. I've seen somebody saying earlier that GT's confirmed, Greg Taylor confirmed back in. But we played a cup game last weekend, and there was a bit of a change where we played a quasi kind of 4-4-2 kind of system. Mm-hmm. McBride and most other people I'm speaking to fancy that he keeps the same system, which means that Kyogo kind of plays off of Ida. And this looks like the kind of shape that we will probably take. Hard to argue with any of these spots. I think this is probably the team that does start. But because this was a wacky team to put out against St Mirren, I wouldn't rule out that either something else a bit different happens perhaps, or it reverts back to the way it was before St Mirren, and that was maybe just an experiment match or, a particular game or something. But I do think odds of probability, this is probably the way the team lines up. And at home McKinley, who will just, if you've ever watched Celtic, especially at home, how the opposition are going to behave. It's going to be 2 banks of players in front of the defence, and it's just going to be like if you've seen Van Veen play well against us last year, that's what it was counter attack with 2 guys with power and pace, and be direct, put Celtic on the back foot and make it hard. Guys like Kennedy, Armstrong, Watkins, Van Veen, they're all quite capable of doing that. If it's on the left for 2 of them, or if it's on the right for the other 2. So it's a funny game. I'm still expecting Celtic to win quite convincingly, but the clean sheet is the thing you're always worried about with Celtic in SO5. And this week probably won't be much different because I say Kelly are not pushovers. Currently sitting 4th on the table.
Okay.
But we should beat them. I don't know how or by how much, but as I say, look at that. 26 goals conceded in 25 games. They've only scored 28. Before bringing Van Veen in, who has been on the shelf most of this season, so I'm not like scared of him or anything, but low scoring team in general. And our form doesn't really reflect the goal difference that we've got here at the moment. The form's been much lower scoring than that. So yeah, confident we'll get the result. SO5 wise, it's kind of all, let's just see how it shakes out.
100%.
I think this could be a good game for O'Reilly, because if this is the way the team plays, then it's going to be between him and McGregor to like get the ball from defence into attack. And I think O'Reilly does better when he's crossing the pitch. Under Rodgers a lot this season, he's been like up on the forward line, and you lose a bit of O'Reilly sometimes when he's not got the set pieces to pick him up like he's had at some points this season. So if Palma does start, take some set pieces off him, I think that McGregor, O'Reilly midfield will probably be good AA for O'Reilly, and then coming from deep, he's always got a better chance of maybe doing something like playing a ball or getting a shot from a 3rd-man run or something. We've not got to Liverpool yet, sorry, buddy, but we'll get there. So that's Celtic. I think O'Reilly, the feeder. Yeah, that's it. O'Reilly lost sets to, not all of them, but most of them. Yeah, pretty much all the good ones. We've then got Rangers St Johnstone, actually, which I probably just should have stayed on that Scottish page and just flipped over. There's a few Rangers cards knocking about, as we see most weeks when they come into the top order, but it's all about St Johnstone. We're all back in Ian in the St Johnstone stack. With Craig Levine here. Graham Carey. I know Tony's got the unique now as well, so that's a fun card. He takes some set pieces and stuff like that. Former Celtic youth player. This guy here, I think he's maybe a CFG guy on loan or something, so I may be wrong. There's a few okay wee players there, but Rangers are looking good at the moment, and they're really in the title race, so there will be a lot of questions asked of St Johnstone, but we're definitely going to cross our fingers and toes and hope they do Celtic a favour. So there you go. There's those teams if any are interested in them. And by the way, I was looking forward to talking about Arsenal, so we'll get there in a second. But Genk are at home to daring, white, dashing, racing Molenbeek. Is that it?
Yeah, longest name in football, isn't it?
I think I got it in the right order. Yeah. Racing, white, dashing. That's what it is. Sorry. Racing, white, dashing. So yeah, Genk are at home to Racing, White, Dashing Molenbeek, which is who is it that owns them? Is it Chelsea or Brighton? Or no, it's not Brighton. Is it Chelsea?
Something to do with Leon.
Oh, Leon. Yeah.
I don't know. Genk are in a different spot right now. Is just personnel-wise, than we're kind of used to. Painsil just moved to LA, and like what's his name? Daniel Munoz has moved to Palace. So they're missing a few big guys. I'm not saying that they're not going to go out and do well here, but just as far as SO5 goes, you look at those scores, Quinny, what are we really looking at there? I know that El Canoes is a really good player. Mm-hmm. Obviously went to the African Cup of Nations, I think, with Morocco. And yeah, I don't know, Tolo, like, they're just not it, Genk, at all, if we're being honest.
No Pansel, no party?
No Pansel, no party. Did you see his music video?
No.
What? We have to. No. We have to watch his music video on the stream.
If you find that, I'll put it on.
All right. He tweeted about it yesterday, like his own Twitter account. Like, he's having himself as a musician.
Thinks he's Royce and Drenthe.
It's really bad, mate.
Oh Jesus. Some people have seen it already. Love to see it. So there's the Genk team, if anyone's interested in it. They are, let's just call them Molenbeek. But yeah, Jeff Rennie, Adelaide in midfield, Shuto Abe. Yeah, we've seen this team a few times. Sarn defence. Don't think we know anyone else there. But yeah, good game for the Genk boys, perhaps. But I think, maybe a wee bit of no Pansel, no party. But Canoes was, El Canoes, sorry, beg your pardon, has been attracting many admirers. But yeah, Harry boy, when you're ready, you can give us it.
I'm trying to find the right one now. Okay.
Oh, here we go.
Can you see it?
No, it says click to exit full screen. Can you see it there?
Can you hear it?
Can't hear it.
Can you? That's annoying.
Maybe they can. Maybe the audience can, but I can't.
Can you hear it, lads? Oh, you have... Yeah, it's just... I don't know. It's just bad.
Do you know, I did see this. I recognise this from my timeline, but I never paid attention to it. I just scrolled past it. I didn't realise who it was.
Nah, they can't hear it. That's annoying.
They'll see it anyway. So what's the Twitter handle there? I am Alexis Laura or whatever. So she's got it from Joseph Pansel.
It's on his YouTube channel, to be fair. So yeah, you can watch it on his YouTube channel. But yeah, back to... Sorry, we derailed then.
Well. Fair enough.
Yeah. But yeah, someone said no wonder why he's moved to LA. Jack said that, yeah. Very funny.
Yeah, very true. Who else did that? Someone else moved to America and they had like a side thing on the go. Not Messi, but somebody like that. Somebody much smaller scale. I can't remember. Oh, that's good. I'll come back to me later. But then we had Arsenal away to Burnley. Now, this is like the title race is firmly hotting up. And we've said a few times on the deadline show, Harry, like when you watch Arsenal, like even since the beginning of the season, every game has felt like last game of the season. You know, it's really been top temperature, helter-skelter all the way. And, you know, they're really picking up form. Now, I know Liverpool are top. Man City are looking, maybe becoming their invincible self again. But Arsenal are definitely like, you know, getting a groove on the go. And away to Burnley, this could be another high-scoring affair, I think, for this Arsenal team. How do you see it?
Yeah, I can't see anything other than a bit of a romp in here, mate, to be honest. Seeing as though what we saw last week, versus West Ham. And yeah, this is... is it Arsenal season, SO5 wise? It feels like we are edging towards that, trajectory a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. I am worried. I am worried for the Neps of the world and whoever else have Arsenal stacks, because yeah, this is another really good matchup for them. Burnley fighting for their lives, obviously. I think Arsenal will just suffocate them, to be honest. I just can't see them just being effective at all. I really, really can't, because Burnley like to play football, and I just don't see that. Arsenal press high as well. I just can't see Arsenal giving Burnley the ball too much, as in, Arsenal want to retain possession for that, majority of that game and kind of wear Burnley down. So then when they do get the ball, they're just knackered. And then it's like, okay, and then we just get the turnover after turnover. And then eventually you punish them and yeah, it's curtains. So Jack says control Kings. I just can't see how they don't dominate this game big time, score-wise as well.
It feels like Stella's got a groove back. Kai Havertz, he's finally got himself into a tongue and a groove in this team. Trossard looked the part as well last weekend. So this could be the highest scoring game that we've came across so far, potentially. Like Burnley, and again, you always need to remember this with Burnley. This is Vincent Kompany's Burnley. This isn't Sean Dyche's Burnley. These guys try and play football like madmen.
Yeah.
And it's probably not going to be much different at Turf Moor on Saturday. So, I think this could be high scoring.
Big time.
If you're a Burnley fan at the stadium, what time would you leave the game at for this one?
Well, when did the West Ham fans start? They went like 10 minutes in, didn't they, I think?
Did they?
Nah, they went early. I don't know what it was. Sorry if you're a West Ham fan, but they went early.
I think that's Trafford will get 15 then.
Yeah, it's not 85. I can guarantee that. And there's more to do in London. I kind of forgive the West Ham fans to do. It was a Sunday. I think it was Sunday. Yeah, it was Sunday afternoon. Like, do you really want to see your team get battered by Arsenal, or would you just leave the stadium and just go do something in London? Whereas you're leaving Burnley Stadium. No disrespect, but I'm sure there's a bit less to do in Burnley than there is in London.
Yeah, fair. I don't think anyone will be writing us any hate mail for that one.
Maybe the double boys. I know. I know Adam's a big Burnley fan, so sorry.
That's what I was going for. But then we come back to Challenger. So Hajduk Split are playing Rudez, which is the gimme fixture in the Croatian league. So again, riding high top of the table, pushing on away from Zagreb. These guys should have a pretty good fixture. Breclo's in town. How did they do last week, Breclo? Because we were...
He did really well. He got 2 decisives. He smashed.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. This could be... The L15's unbelievable. Like, he's the play this weekend. Like, if you've got a Breclo in a 240, you're probably doing something right, I would say. He unlocks this lineup, go into the middle threshold, or probably not the higher one, maybe the higher one, but he is capable of scoring 100 this weekend. As simple as. I know everyone's capable, but he's has a legit chance of completely smashing it. I'm gutted because my striker that I have from Hajduk was 75% on, and now he's injured. So, so I can't use him. And his L15 was 31, so I'm a little bit pissed at that. Ooh. Okay, fair play, Adam. Fair play. Got some context.
This is a great stat as well, and I love it because I was actually thinking I fancy my Gabriel to get a goal against Burnley because Arsenal have been great at attacking set pieces, and let's say this isn't Sean Dyche's Burnley. They're not defending set pieces like Everton do now, for example, or whatever. Yeah. So this could be not just open play, but dead balls. Could be goals galore for this one.
Big time
for that one. We're also moved on by great detail, Simon. We've got a lot of shouts for Sahiti on 100 as well. So, do you maybe squeeze both them into a 270?
I mean, yeah. Well, no. I mean, you're still under 100 points with just those two players, really.
Suppose if your keeper's cheap enough, then yeah, you're kind of
keeper's
right.
At 40s, you could easily squeeze in something quite cheeky there. Off the bat, it's it.
Do you think Burnley VIP has a bar?
They might have. It might have got burnt down now, but after the results this year, in protest.
I suppose it must. It's the Premier League. Must have good lodgings. We're not going to look at Braga because I don't think they've got enough cards, and I don't think we get predicted lineups for them. But we love to hate on Bayern on this show in a few different dimensions. But it's been extra fun this year with Thomas Tuchel failing and Leverkusen obviously riding high. But Bayern are away to Bochum, and this is normally a game again like most game weeks where we're looking at Bayern, where you think, oh yes, this is going to be a Bayern cruiser. But Bochum are not complete pushovers, are they?
I mean, probably not, but it is Bayern, and I know they've not really lived up to expectations in any way. I watched the end of that Lazio game, Quinny, midweek, and Harry Kane was playing centre back. It was like he was dropping so deep to get the ball, even though Lazio were 1-0 up and they weren't even looking to really push on and get a goal or anything. So they were deeper themselves, but he was so far into his own half to come in to pick the ball. It was just it didn't have a number 9. They had nothing to aim for, really. It was mad. It was nuts. Honestly, the team looked depleted. Musiala was the only one I could see that was trying to make something happen. Everyone else, it felt like gave up. If I'm being honest, it wasn't great viewing at all. So, mate, I don't know. I don't know if I'm that even I'm not even excited. If I was, obviously I'd play my Bayern cards. It's hard not to, but I don't know, mate. Something weird's going on there with Tuchel and stuff. I'm just not seeing it right now. You just have to look at those L5s. Apart from the defense, what am I looking at? Really?
Yeah, it's not.
Nothing's above 54.
It's not clicking at the moment, is it? It just feels like the last month, especially, it's been extra highlighted that it's just been the quality of the team that's been getting them over the line to this point. It's not been any tactics or style of play or real kind of coaching ingenuity, as it were. I seen someone put out the Julian Nagelsmann's record from Bayern last season when they were so unhappy with him and they got rid of him, and it's light years ahead of Tuchel, the pretender. But somebody's Kizzle Kicks has mentioned here the last season. I think it was 7-0. I just went to check it out, but I was sure last season Bochum beat Bayern, but it was the season before that, and it was at Bochum's home. They beat them 4-2. It was a bit of a surprise result on the day. I remember it well because former Celtic player Christian Gamboa, I'm pretty sure, scored on that one. So any Celtic fans out there will appreciate that. Gamboa not on to start this game, but maybe I'll go from the bench. You never know. So yeah, I can see this one being weird. Bayern might crush it. Kane might get the hat-trick and they might go, right, let's give yourselves a shake, lads. That Lazio result's not on. And from here, we move onwards and upwards. But equally, if it did become like quite squeaky and quite tight, you wouldn't be too surprised either, because it feels like Tuchel is like, did you see the questions he was getting? Like,
no, I haven't seen anything, to be honest.
Oh, a journalist went for him after the Lazio game. I said something like, so do you feel, he said like, do you feel under pressure to be like the Bayern coach or something like that still? And then he said something to like dismiss it. And then the guy pressed him again, didn't let him dismiss it. If you know what I mean, he was like, so can you tell me why you're confident you can still be the coach? You know, he like went another step with him. And then like the press conference officer person had to like shut it down because he was just like, I've answered that. He was just being obtusely difficult with it. So wouldn't rule out a banana skin, but it probably won't be. Just, you know,
it's a weird one, isn't it? Very funky one.
More quality in the Bayern team. It's just hard to completely say that, oh yeah, the wheels will fall off, because they'll still collect points even when they are crap, you know.
They got too much quality, haven't they, to not do that?
Yeah.
This is a big one.
This is a big one. And again, another team I've had a lot of fun ragging on this year is Chelsea, because I'm not the biggest Pochettino fan for the most part. And this Chelsea team has been a car crash this season, from the transfer business to the performances and everything in between. And like I said earlier in the show, like it feels like City are ascending to that invincible like form that they get into, where nobody's touching them, nobody's putting a glove on them, and they're beating you, kind of thing.
Big time. The biggest thing for me, Quinny, to add to all that is Haaland coming back and instantly, you know, doing what he does best, right? He's been out for a few months or whatever, or weeks, and hasn't really, you know, been able to do much. And the fact that he's just come back, trampled all over Branthwaite, I think it was, and stuck the ball in the back of the net after scoring the first one as well. So mate, this is worrisome for Chelsea. The four behind him though are just so incredible right now as well. I know Doku maybe hasn't been on it because Grealish has come back and now Grealish is injured. Maybe this is Doku's chance to kick on again for maybe 5 or 6 games. And Foden's been impeccable, and I mean, like, can't really get near him. Leave us alone. And then De Bruyne, mate. Well, you know, how can I leave him out? The last 4 games, I think he's had contributions in every single one of them. Off the bench, you know, starting, whatever. And then I haven't talked about Rodri. It's just like I just can't see a way how this team doesn't just trample all over Chelsea. And that doesn't mean to say like they might concede. Like, you've got, you know, Cole Palmer have a massive say in what Chelsea do as far as going home and going back home and playing against his old teammates and whatever. There'll definitely be a pep in his step, I would say, because like, he's got a massive point to prove to everyone, really, especially at that club. Like, you know, they kind of, I know he said he wanted to leave, but, you know, whatever. I don't know, mate. It's a weird one. It's a weird one in the sense of, like, I would not be surprised if this was like 5-1. Yeah,
I think this is a huge City win personally. Like, I think this Chelsea team, like, no Thiago Silva in this one as well. I don't know if he's injured now or something, but quite an Chilwell's got some Premier League experience, of course, but, you know, relatively even more inexperienced backline there. If City like get a goal or two in the first 15, I could just see the team like deflating, you know. And if City have got a deflated opposition, they're probably, you know, it could be like 5, 6, 7, you know, probably.
Yeah, I don't rule out Chelsea being able to score a couple though. When I said 5-1 there, you know, I'm not saying they can only definitely go out and score a goal, because they can probably score multiple with that sort of front line. There's goals in that team. There definitely is. But I just cannot see for the life of me how it's more than how many Man City score. You know, by maybe a multiple of 2. You know, I just can't see it. Like, Man City are in such a groove right now. You just can't. Is Chelsea going to derail them? I cannot see it for the life of me. And that's not really like a crazy take, but, you know, it's just very hard to kind of see anything other than Man City really, really running riot here.
I think when I did my preview for the weekend and I tried to predict the score for this game, I think I went with 5-0 City. But in doing that, obviously, I had to check out the other games and everything. And Kizzle Kicks has got a great one here. It was 4 each earlier this season. You know, it was a bit of a helter-skelter game, but I do feel that it's definitely not the City we're going to see this weekend. I'll tell you that for a start.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's I don't think Chelsea are scoring 4 goals. Like, I just don't think that's happening again. You know, I went 6-0. Sorry. Honestly, I think it will be, but I think City will get a couple of goals early, and it's just going to be death, overkill.
Boys. Yeah.
Because City and Pep love a statement result like this. See in other seasons when City go on to win the league, there's always a game where they batter somebody like 8-2 or 6-1, or there's always games like that. And Chelsea at home, that could be a game.
Yeah, big time. Where are we looking now? We got Atalanta
Sassuolo. So this is a bit high, isn't it? Both teams are kind of 6, 7 out of 10 guys, aren't they?
A little bit, but I have seen, well, just from like highlights and whatever. CDK. There's goal. We always say there's goals with Atalanta, but like it's really ringing true right now. I think they won 4-1 last game. Like, yeah, people are just scoring goals, and like Aleski Miranchuk, like what a throwback he is on this platform. Like
the wrong Miranchuk.
Yeah, the wrong Miranchuk.
Oh, is he the right one?
No, he'll be. So you got Aleski. The one is still in Russia, I believe. So he would be the right one.
Yeah,
I think. What is it? Aleski and
I want to say Anton.
Anton, yeah.
Guys in the chat, let us know who's the right Miranchuk. We've both forgotten.
one of them was, I think it was this one. Yeah, he was incredible in the Russian league, like SO5 wise. Like he was on all sets. He was literally the king of Russia.
Yeah.
For a while, and
must be
this team's got goals in there, and I think Sassuolo. I don't know if Berardi's been out for a while, maybe because I haven't really heard about him for a little while, and yeah, maybe this is. Yeah, it kind of makes sense where they're kind of at home, and Locomotive. He must have played more than that. What?
Is it this guy? That's all time I've did.
That's nuts. Have you done Anton or the other one? Aleski. You've done Aleski, haven't you?
Uh-huh.
Go on Anton. One of them used to smash. I'm sure it was.
Maybe he is the wrong one. Locomotive. And then straight to Atalanta.
You know what it is, Quinny?
What?
I think it was Football Index.
So we knew him. Would it be known from that?
Yeah, I know him from Football Index. Just like that's just clocked in my brain. I'm sure this one's good though as well, or was good. Yeah, maybe it was him. That sort of first half of that graph there.
There was something when you first started playing Sorare, when the Russian league was like back when there was less leagues and the Russian league was a bit more prominent. There was a wrong Miranchuk that people bought, and it was like, oh, you didn't buy the wrong one. He's useless.
That's funny. He was good back in the day. Mickey says Harry reward hero CDK doing his thing now. Yeah, he's found his groove, haven't he? I mean, I probably wasn't patient enough on that one, and it was a summer sort of win and whatever. It's easy to say I regret it, but I don't, to be honest.
Fair enough.
I just don't.
No Berardi for Sassuolo.
That's the big one, isn't it? He makes them click. He's sort of their firepower, I think, for the most part, and lots of experience. I've just seen there. Is it Kambula? L15-0, by the way.
Oh yeah, of course. I didn't even. Of course, I was clicking on that there, but I didn't even clock it. Of course, yeah, great spot. L15-0. I guess Atalanta, but you're conceding goals, aren't you? So is it that valuable a card this week? Maybe you want him to get ham. Maybe you want him to bring in a 10 or something this week, and then next week.
Next week, exactly.
If he plays next week,
that's probably the players. If he plays, yeah. And then what we got? Leverkusen.
The would-be champions, everyone's favourite underdog champion-elect, I guess. Everyone watched them beat Bayern last week, didn't they?
Surely.
Everyone seen Frimpong at the end. Obviously, Granny was brilliant too, of course. But yeah, full strength. So the thing with the Bayern team was no Hoffman, no Frimpong, and there's somebody else in the start that was unusual. I can't remember where it was, but it was like 3 changes.
Was it Iglesias? No, I can't remember. I can't remember if it was Schick who played up front.
Oh, it's escaping me now. It might have been Iglesias. I forget. But this game, I'll be at Heidenheim. Heidenheim never have a boring match. This will be punch for punch, goal for goal, probably. They're going full strength rather than against Bayern.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, there's always seems to be goals in that Heidenheim. Like just fixture in general for them all season, and I'm sure Bayern Leverkusen will bring Hadley, bit of pace, wasn't it, to scare him?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what are we saying here? There's got to be a high scoring game, no? 3-1s, maybe more.
I think both teams are getting 2 goals in this game. Is like just to start off with, like
interesting.
Like Heidenheim are 9th at the moment in the table, and like they've got a nice backstory. I don't know if it was Fiago or it probably was Fiago, but it might have been like Chani or maybe somebody else. But they've got a cool backstory. If you know what I mean, there's a wee bit of content around it somewhere. If you want to go check it out. The manager's been there for ages or whatever, but 21 games, they're 30 goals scored, 36 conceded. Like, this is not going to be a tight game, I don't think. At home for Heidenheim, do they stack up any better or worse? Let's see. Yeah, 18 scored in 10 games, so like they are scoring a couple of goals. Leverkusen have been very good defensively, don't get me wrong. We all know the hero, Jan-Niklas Beste, is now breaking in to like top 5 and top 10 rankings of like key statistics in European football. So he's doing really well this year. He is delivering on the D2 promise that we've seen. And like this team, they've got a system of attack, they've got a system of play at home. They'll have a full stadium for this, I would imagine. Again, playing Leverkusen, it'll be a good buzz, and it'll be, I think this is punch for punch. I think Leverkusen take it, but I think there's more than 4 goals in this game, which is probably not good for defenses.
Probably not, no, unless they get indecisives of their own, isn't it? To kind of counteract it. But yeah, no, I tend to agree with that. There's definitely multiple goals from both teams here, I would say.
Yeah, so this will be a fun one. I don't know if it'll be on the telly for us in the UK. I think it's during the blackout, I think, so sad one. We'll have a wee quick glance at the Bundesliga before we sling away from it. We're at 2 o'clock, Harry. We've actually been on matchups. We were a wee bit late, and then we had a wee bit leaving the door open for a minute, didn't we? But yeah, currently 5 points clear of Bayern before this weekend. If Bayern was to slip up away to Bochum, that could be fun. So where will we take it to? Harry? Where does the list get boring or not worthwhile for the audience? Obviously, anyone who's here who wants to see something, get a request in, and we'll get the request built up. We'll make sure we cover the teams you want to see as we get to the deadline.
I don't know. What are you thinking? You've got USG up there. River, maybe to like, I don't know, one of like Salzburg, Leeds, River, something. I don't know. I mean, because we're not going to do young boys. We're not going to do, well, we could do Kawasaki, I guess, but there's a few in there that we could easily not do. But maybe to Salzburg. I don't know.
I'm just going to put Kawasaki on screen now, just because you said that. I want to check if we've got it. So,
or we could just do requests from now. I mean, that makes more sense, doesn't it? If we're kind of doing what people want, I guess that makes more sense than doing maybe what just the list contains, because it might relate a bit more. Go on.
I was just going to say, let's go for it. Dortmund was the first one we got. Away to Wolfsburg.
This feels a bit different because Brandt didn't start last game, which was a bit of not a shock. I know he was coming back from injury and whatever, but like I think Royce played that one and Brandt maybe came off the bench. I don't think Sancho played either, actually, coming to think of it. So, yeah, this feels like another one. The Bundesliga could just be goals galore this weekend. Wolfsburg, Dortmund.
Yeah. That's a game of goals, isn't it? That's a traditional Bundesliga goal fixture, isn't it? If ever you've seen one. Strong team for both. Yeah.
Yeah, very, very strong.
The next one we had out there was Everton. Oh, the Monday night game against Palace. This is as soon as you see a Monday night game, it's like Everton Palace. Just like, Jesus, who picked that?
I know, Jesus Christ.
For Monday night football. Come on, man. Villa Fulham could have went there or something. I think that's a Saturday free, which nobody will be able to watch. But yeah, here we go. Everyone needs a turn, don't they? Here's the Everton team. Updated yesterday at 11, so no change there. And Crystal Palace, last updated yesterday at 8 o'clock, so no change on it. But teams are here for you if you want to see them. New signing Andy Wharton coming into the team. Also, we all wish Roy Hodgson the best. Hopefully he's okay, big man, as they search for probably a new manager. Wow, Jokie Anderson, by the way, down to 44, L15. That's cheap, man. He's not been
at it at all. There was like a streak, wasn't it, when he was ridiculous around like when Denmark were playing, and there was like a little, maybe a month or so where his actual 5 scores were just absolutely ridiculous. No Mark Gahey's a big one. Obviously no Eze, no Elise. They're missing literally half their team, I would say. So yeah, this could be a nice chance for Everton to yeah, really do well SO5 wise. I think back in the Everton boys this weekend might not be a bad idea. Like who do you pick out of that?
Do Crystal Palace have that whole our managers in hospital? Just
maybe, yeah, maybe.
That's
a good point.
Go superhuman on it.
Yeah, it's a good point. Yeah, that's a very good point. I was just thinking in my head. I was just checking Discord. Pedro Porro is out for weeks, apparently, lads, which is a massive.
I was eyeing him up yesterday as well, or the day before.
Was it? Yeah, massive bit of news. I know people knew he was out, but yeah, I didn't realize. Yeah, I don't know if we knew if it was weeks or not, but yeah, apparently it's going to be weeks. So yeah, that is obviously a bit of a kick in the balls.
Fulham Villa, this is goals galore, isn't it?
Yeah, it feels like a weird one. Very evenly matched situation, but like Villa, I feel like Villa are pretty good away from home.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just got a lot of attacking outlets. Things can just go very right for. Bailey's on fire, whether that's bench or starting the games. He's been really decisive. Very decisive for them recently. But Fulham as well. I mean, who did Fulham beat last week? I think it was Bournemouth, wasn't it? 3-1.
Yeah,
they're picking up some good results at home as well. They'll fancy themselves here, Fulham.
Yeah, 3 points for them keeps them around this middle pack of the table. For Aston Villa, about 3 points keeps them in the hunt for top 3, top 4, so I think, hyper motivation in this one. Teams that are both making their strides in the league through attacking, scoring goals and stuff like that. So, this could be definitely a good one for the neutral. But again, Saturday, 3 o'clock, you probably won't be able to watch it. It'd be better if it was a Monday night game, maybe.
Yeah, definitely.
Southampton. Now, we always get to look at Southampton, which is fun. Now, they are playing West Brom. I know that because I've got Mikey Johnson at West Brom and I decided not to use him because I thought, against Southampton, that's probably not the fixture you want a West Brom card for. But Southampton team looks like it's looked, I think, the last couple of times we've looked at it, really.
No, because Sulemana's been out for weeks. Yeah, but my good friend Sam Ty, the football guy, he's not really in Sulemana's camp this weekend. He doesn't seem to think that he starts per se. Like, he thinks he'll play somewhat, but he doesn't really seem to think that he starts there. So a word of warning there. I'm not going against the sharper boys, but I'm just telling you what my good friend Sam says. Rothwell scored one incredible goal last weekend. I think he scored 2, but one was absolutely ridiculous. He's caught a volley, like literally it's hit the top corner on like first time volley. It was unbelievable. And he came off the bench to do that. So he's earned his starting place, I think, this weekend. So there's definitely a few changes because they conceded 3 goals last weekend. They won 5-3, I think, in the end. So a few changes in that Southampton team, but won't be easy away to West Brom. I'm not counting on a Bazunu clean sheet here. Like, it's either like 80 points for Bazunu here or just a 30. Yeah, he'll have saves to make, and it's just whether or not he can obviously keep the clean sheet, which I don't think is going to happen personally, but we shall see.
And then Salzburg was the next one we got from Mickey Fu. Let's see if there's any last minute changes. Yeah, it's been updated an hour ago. So I think this is what he's reporting for us as well, a change of formation. Gluck in to start. I don't recognise this defender, Danny Lucic here. That could be a sneaky one, now 15 or 32. If he's playing in between Pavlovic and Soler, that could be a really... I don't know how the AA could stack up for that, but that feels like maybe OP territory, because Salzburg are going to get a lot of the possession here, and if those guys can get into that Timber, Liam Scales kind of zone where they're just, playing passes final third for 10 minutes in the match, that could be cool.
It could be quite cool, yeah. Karsgaard's the one to look out for here, I'd say, just as far as, set piece taker, got an assist last week. I'd fancy him to do pretty well. But I mean, SO5 wise, the rest, I mean, Soleil, fair enough, Pavlovic. But I don't know what's going on with, what's his name? Lucas Gorna, the centre mid from Saint Etienne. I think he might be behind. Yeah, he's a really talented kid. I'm quite surprised that he's not getting in right now. So lots of depth there. So many wonder kids. So it's hard to fit them all in, I guess.
We'll show you the table. So I don't think we really look at the Austrian table too often.
No, we don't do it, to be fair.
Because Salzburg are 2 points ahead of Graz. Bit of a title race there too.
Yeah, it's tight, that is, isn't it? Tighter than I thought.
Same.
But that, it kind of shows Salzburg haven't been that good this year, really, comparatively to maybe other seasons. Like they probably haven't had like Konate was on fire for a while, wasn't he? But I think that was last year, I believe. Last season. Yeah, they've missed like, they always have that sort of stellar number 9 that just scores tons of goals, don't they? Obviously, Haaland's, what's the Leipzig boy called? What can I think of his name? What is the Leipzig boy called? The one who just played against Madrid and missed like 10 one-on-ones. Oh, what's his name? Oh, Sesko. Yeah. There's always someone that scores goals from, and I just don't think they've got that right now. So, yeah.
Hanover team here for Jordan.
Yeah. Cheers, lads, for the...
Done 8 o'clock last night. We've got about 160, 170 of these on YouTube at the moment. We've got 3 cards to give away in the show today. So hang on to the deadline and we'll be giving them away to you guys that are joining us live on YouTube. We are on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, Twitch, Facebook, and everything else in between. Whenever you're catching the show, please do hit the like button, like, share, retweet, whatever the good stuff is it's asking you to do. Goes a long way to supporting the show. You've got no idea. And like I say, we'll try and get these away. Well, we have 3 cards to give away towards the end of the show, so stay with us for that and get your requests in if there's any lineup predictions you're looking to catch in that last minute before we get to the deadline. And so we had Hanover there for Jordan, did Salzburg. Rascal is waiting for Emery's press conference to drop, love that. And then we'll look at Napoli.
Yeah, I've got a bit of stake in this one this weekend in my 240.
Oh yeah,
I'm going with I'm gonna back Giovanni Simeone.
Hey,
with his L15 of 37. I've actually heard as well Osimhen might be out for the midweek game, which is quite interesting, like the Champions League game or wherever they're playing in. But yeah, Genoa, no mugs. Goodman's on the radar of some Premier League clubs. I think Tottenham's sniffing around him. Malinowski, another FI legend.
He's a legend.
He's an actual legend, isn't he, of the game? Strootman, there's some big names here. De Winter's a really good talent, that right centre back.
Yeah.
He was playing for Belgium in the 21 tournament last summer. He was really, really good. Yeah, I mean, Napoli haven't been good themselves, so like this could be a bit of a dud game. I think. I was looking. Genoa just seem to just draw every game. It feels like, and Napoli can't win one, so
yeah,
it could be a little 1-aller.
Wow, yeah, Napoli at home, 12th in the table.
Mate, it's mad. It's mental.
It's normally their fortress as well. In a way, Genoa 10th.
Middle of the road, yeah. It's not bad.
They're not bad away from home, certainly. So, yeah, it could be a sneaky one. Let's see what other ones. Wolves Spurs we've been mentioning a few times, so we'll go and have a peek at that since we've got some fullbacks getting chopped and changed. Now, I'm not playing my Timo Werner this week because of this projection, right? But I can't imagine Werner gets dropped personally. But also, I'm biased, so I'd take my bias out of it and refer to the experts. But yeah, the back 4 is changed dramatically. But Emerson and Davis coming in with no Udogie, no Porro. Maybe Dragusin would come in. Wouldn't rule it out. But Angela's like,
half, isn't he? Yeah.
Angela's like Big Ben Davis,
and he's left-footed. Dragusin's right-footed, so that wouldn't make. You could play Emerson left back, to be fair, but yeah, that makes the most sense there. Whatever I'm seeing. Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, Quinny, the main man's back in town. Brennan Johnson. I'm joking, no. Heung-min Son's back, obviously, and, as we know, Werner's been playing left wing, and I just don't think, does he really fit in this system as a right winger? I don't think he does, personally. Like, when he could. He could, but is he better than Kulu? Or, if Brennan's getting over Kulu.
I think if Brennan's a choice, I think Werner's a better version of Brennan.
Not right wing though. Werner can't do it right wing. I can't give it. I can't give it to you. I'm sorry. I'll argue the Werner's a better left winger than Brennan is, because Brennan has played there and he just hasn't been effective for Tottenham, I don't think. But Brennan is a better right winger personally, because he can go round players a little bit better, I think. Where like Werner's so good at those runs, like in behind, like sort of arching his run around a defender and coming sort of like cutting in, if that makes sense. And doing that from the left wing, I just don't see it working as a right winger as much. I'm not saying he can't do it, but I'm not buying it personally.
Fair. Agree, disagree. We'll see how it shakes out.
Like I'm not that confident that Brennan even starts personally. I think even though Kulu hasn't been good at all recently, I'm still worried that Brennan 70 is a bit optimistic, in my opinion. I think it's more 50-50.
Yeah, because I think when you see the Wolves team that they'll be playing against, like Aiton Nuri and Semedo are flying wing backs, and then the centre backs do, like, one of them like to take a bit of ground as well. So this could be a really fun game to watch. Like, I don't think this will be boring at all. I don't think I really want a goalkeeper involved in this match, but no Cunha, sadly, he's out for the remainder of the season. But Hwang is back in town. So maybe Wolves don't really miss Cunha immediately, because Hwang can do a similar enough job in the system. Just no added depth with him coming back. So if Hwang needs to come off or gets injured, then they're kind of on their backside again. But Sarabia, your boy, he's in to start again. He's kind of in and out, but he's in now.
Yeah, you look at his Sorare scores, mate, in the last 10 games. All it is green.
Yeah, he's brilliant, man.
But he just doesn't really have the peaks. But I looked, there was a stat actually on Twitter, and it was a little bit skewed because Sarabia has played a lot less minutes than the rest of the people in the thing, but he's created the most chances per 90, or most big chances created per 90 in the whole of the Premier League, I think it was. But of course, it was less, there was less minutes for him, so it's being multiplied or divided, with less minutes. So it's a little bit skewed, but at the same time, that those are just the numbers he's played type of thing. So it's, what can you kind of do? But yeah, I like him. I think he's decent. I think he's sharp.
And we've got the Lille team here. It's the next request. Pretty standard Lille team, I think, by all accounts.
Yeah.
And Le Havre, who get beat all the time. Andre Ayew.
What a player.
Love that.
Swansea legend.
And then we had this from Mickey Fu. By the way, I only thought it was a rumour, but Palace have hired Ollie Glasner as their manager. Now, that's a stellar appointment. That is, by the way. He's a top coach. So that's really exciting for Palace. Really, really exciting, especially when they get their players fit.
Yeah, hopefully you can get the best out of, some of their big, because they got some massive talents, haven't they? Yeah, fair play.
Somebody's asking you if Dan James is back. We'll check Leeds in a second, but a way to check Coventry, because that's the next request that we got in for an actual team. And then I think, we're getting to that time, Harry, we can see some of the teams you've got a wee bit of reshuffling to do. Here's the Stoke team, if anyone cared about that, but they are playing Coventry. And this is the Coventry team.
Up the Cov.
There you go. And then what was the other one? Leeds for your Dan James. Let's see what he's doing. Where is Leeds? And who are they playing? Oh, away at Plymouth. Not a fun away trip.
No, not a fun one, is it? How is... I don't know if James is back, He didn't play midweek against Swansea, as far as I'm aware. Let's have a little look. Yeah. Willie Gnonto's been good, so it's just going to be hard to displace. It's just unfair to just be like, okay, Dan James just walks back in because Gnonto has actually been really good. So yeah, that's one where it feels a bit harsh, but you can't really drop him. And then Somerville, Router's kind of Router, and yeah, Pirot. To be fair, Pirot's been in and out, so maybe they could do something where they go Somerville 10 and I don't know, Dan James left wing. They're all pretty fluid, sort of tricky, attacking midfielders, really, aren't they? So they can all do a similar thing, I'd say. Yeah.
Fair enough. I'll have a look at St. Pauli, the would-be champions of the Bundesliga 2, about to go from contender to champion in one fell swoop as a whole squad. And they're at home to Braunschweig. Wow, I'm so surprised this wasn't in the order at all for the matchups tab there, was it?
It was just, to be fair, it was just two behind Leverkusen.
Oh, was it? Fair enough.
Yeah, not terrible.
Jackson Irvine might not make the game.
Ooh.
Rest of the team looks pretty familiar. Saliakis, Hartel, Vasilj, Egestein. Braunschweig, if anyone cares. Bikacic, he's a player. And let's see, any other requests? I'm just catching up with the chat now. There's a lot of other people just telling us about stuff we've been looking at as we're looking at it. The Johnson v Werner will be definitely a fun one to pick it back up on. Atletico Madrid. Now, this one's a bit funny, right? Because Atletico Madrid at home at Las Palmas, it's normally like one of those fixtures you think, oh, that's a weaker fixture or something, but Las Palmas are good. And yeah, Atletico Madrid have been rotating a lot. Morata's injured. And yeah, look at this. Look at this. It's came in this morning.
Is this because of the Champions League?
So I don't know what the script is with this, Harry, right? So see the other place that me and you like to look at for similar Liga football. This is exactly how they have theirs displayed this morning. right? And I thought
it's a copy and paste, isn't it?
Yeah, I thought that looks like a typing error. How does Griezmann not play this game? How does Depay not play this game at all?
Right.
You know, it's kind of what I'm thinking. And then I looked at Play Sharper, and it still had Griezmann and Depay. So I thought, well, we'll see what happens. I'll come back to it. But now, as we turn it on, I'm glad to have double checked. But it does say that it fancies Correa and Llorente to start up top, and I don't know why.
Well, I mean, they've got to have midweek in mind, no? That would be the only thing I can think of.
Oh, there we go.
Right, this was the so Channy's shared a
Channy's finger on the pulse.
Today's training exercise, and it was Oblak, Molina, Savage, Jimenez, Reynaldo, Lino, Koke, Barrios, Saul, and Carrera, Llorente up front. Yeah, so this is it.
So we're dropping Memphis in. Look, well, gutted. So what did you say about this one, Harry, from Show 6?
Sorry, Cabba. Well, yeah, so yeah, that has been addressed in a couple of my Discords already. My purchasing of Sorry Cabba, and it was purely, of course, a collection bonus situation. It wasn't a football ability pickup in any way, shape, or form. I think he cost me £4, the cheapest you could buy a rare card, I believe, off auction. And yeah, he helped me get to 2%. Well, no, he's going to help me hopefully get to 3% at some point. But that is funny, Socix.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that is a good one. Or he goes back to Cardiff and smashes. And we'll all be happy.
Dust off the Correa's SRs, yeah, L15 of 33. And Correa is lightning. That's the thing about him, is he's a whip. That's why, like, teams are always interested in him, and Simeone always likes to keep him because he's just flames off the bench normally, you know. So when he does get a start, he's normally chapping at the bit, you know. Like, so Correa could be, and Llorente, his best scores come when he's in one of these attacking roles. So I'm quite buzzing about that. I've got a wee bit of rejigging and poking to do. So thanks for that request. Hermoso out, as we're seeing here. Reinaldo back in. Jimenez back from injury as well. And yeah, that was actually a bit more interesting than I thought it might have been, the Atletico Madrid one. But there we go. That's Palmas. A bunch of heroes and legends of the future, and maybe a wee bit of the present in this team.
Yeah, I mean, they instantly yielded me a nice little tier 2 Luis Diaz. Well, I say they, you know, the back sort of 2 and the goalkeeper, with a bit of help from. Actually, no, I didn't even go back 2. I didn't use Cardona, but yeah, Malmol and Velez. Yeah, one of the best defenders in the league this year, and I've obviously hopped on the bandwagon. I don't think there's much going on up front, really, as far as SO5 goes. You know, Malero's a decent, like, there's good players there. That Kyrian Rodriguez is just on a new contract, mine as their captain. He is really good. He kind of keeps them ticking. I think he's got the most goals for them this year, at like 5 goals. So, you know, when your midfielder is scoring the most goals in your team, it's not really a great sign for the forwards, is it? No. So yeah, they're just getting by, and they're winning 1-0s, 2-0s and stuff, and kind of doing things that way, being a bit more solid defensively, but don't really have the output going forward. But you know, that works for them, and they're picking up results. But yeah, I'm happy to have saying what they're going to do towards the end of the season now.
Yeah,
but it's a tough matchup. Like, I put him in champ, but you know, it's just one of them where I'm just going to watch it, you know, completely blow up to smithereens, I think, because it's just not going to do much, is it, for me, if we're being honest?
Yeah, that's there's a few lineups you get like that where you just kind of know you've pressed confirm. It's just like,
yeah, it's just out there. Well, I put it out there to the ether, and whatever happens, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how I feel.
I've just corrected my wee Memphis Depay hoodwink just while I was trying to get the screen loaded there with the table. But Atletico Madrid currently in 4th, Las Palmas only in 8th, by the way. You know, but probably not this weekend, but a couple of results go in their favour. They can maybe dream of having a mad first season back in La Liga. So it's their first season. Or were they back last year? I forget.
No, they got promoted. Yeah.
Yeah. They were Liga 2 last year, weren't they? So
yeah,
we always like to see a bit of that fun. Any more requests, get them in, and we'll get Harry. You need to show us some team shows what you're up to.
Yeah, I'm just doing a few little rejigs now because yeah, that Timber news might throw me into a little punty Rare Plus team, All-Star Rare Plus team. I don't want to really risk him anywhere else because 60% doesn't really do it for me. And obviously, yeah, just got concussed and whatever. So there's definitely doubt there. But I am going to throw him in somewhere because why not? I've used him in my training lineup, haven't I? There he is, Academy. Yeah, so what are we going to do here then? Let's build a little Rare Plus team. That might do something. It probably doesn't, but you know what? We're just gonna risk it, lads. How do we think Nico Williams does at home to West Ham this weekend? Do we fancy him? Do we fancy him in here as my other super? Because I'm tempted to just go him, and then obviously a rare in the extra position. Do I back him? Do I back Nico this weekend? It's hard to get behind him, to be honest. So I might do something like Arbila there and then just go Julian Bass, who plays against, I think it's Go Ahead. Yeah, something like this. Like the team's not going to do anything. It's nowhere near up to scratch, compared to All-Star Rare Plus teams. But, it's out there. Why not? What have I got unconfirmed? Let me confirm this. And then we'll get into some teams. Yeah, lads, I've done, obviously, Road to Glory, Prem in season, hoping for that Brighton clean sheet and whatever comes with that. Bass is playing Sparta. Yeah, I know, Cam. I know. But yeah, it's a situation where, things have to go right. Firstly, the goalkeeper situation has to go right for me here for anything to really happen. If that does go right, then I think, we could be in for something quite tasty as far as scores go. If that Brighton clean sheet comes through and I get the goalie right. 240 Super Rare has been actually a priority this weekend for me. I hit it on the cap. 240 on the dot, and fixtures fall quite nicely. Like I have 2 Super Rare goalies, so it could have been Layson or Gaten Cook, but Cook plays away to Antwerp, and I'm just obviously quite worried about that, where Layson has a nice little home fixture. I could put out a strong enough under 23 Super Rare team, in which I finished quite highly last weekend with. But as it's the first threshold target, Quinny, I just want to risk it. I'm quite happy just to go for that 400. I think Barron at home, he's been churning some really nice AA. Beck at home, Layson's at home. Stravetta's the only away fixture or away player fixture, whatever. But he's been obviously electric since going to Como. And all I want from Simeone is just a decisive. He can have minus 30 AA for like just get me a decisive, get me to like 75 points or whatever it is, and I'll be quite happy. So yeah, you know what, I have, as far as Super Rares go, prioritize that. This was next best priority then. Costa Teze, Busio, Vinny, and Yari, all at home bar Vinny. So I'm pretty happy with how that looks. I've gone with a little punty All-Star Super Rare team, Quinny, to be honest. Obviously Brennan's in there because my forwards this weekend Super Rare wise are a bit funky fixture wise and availabilities and whatever. But outside of that, and the goalie's obviously a doubt. This basically goes into kickoff unique or All-Star Super Rare, really. And I know it sounds crazy, but like I don't even want to try and win a unique because I'm trying to get I'm trying to get rid of the one I own now. So it's like I might as well just go and throw this into All-Star Super and see what kind of happens. So that's my thinking with that one.
Is 2 uniques easier to sell than one?
Depends if they're in the same region. Well, no, it's not easy, is it? Surely.
Just a thought.
Yeah, I mean, it depends where it is.
We're going to try and roll them up and trade them, and if somebody had 2.
I thought Baron fell off. Sven, Baron's never fell off. Baron has always been firmly on the horse. I'm
just going to throw a wee team on screen quickly, Harry, just a wee request. We had Betis, so here it is for you, if anyone's want to see the Betis team. And they're playing Alaves, and we had another one in La Liga as well, which was Sociedad. So we'll flip that over for you as well, in case you want to see it. Just because I know we're half an hour to the deadline, so if there is any requests coming in, I'll try and catch nice wee intervals, so I'm not talking over you, Harry, or anything like that.
No, it's fine.
These are the last 2 that are there. Mallorca at home, which we're always like noting whenever that happens, but not big scorers. Sociedad very unlucky to lose in the Champions League with PSG. Like they've never been behind in a Champions League game this season until that game.
No way, that's wild.
Yeah, I did say coming into it, I think they'll go into that game wanting to keep the second leg alive at home. I don't know if 2-0's really the tie's alive, but it's certainly not dead. So they've actually had before the PSG game, Sociedad had an away trip to Mallorca in the Cup. And, that's a flight, because it's an island, and then they've come back and then flown to Paris. And then they've come back and they're flying to Mallorca again. So it is going to be a bit of a funny squad management situation. I'm not sure there's many 90 minutes for the key players in this team, particularly in attack. But it does look like last minute Zakarian's going to be preferred over Baranachea. Kubo's back in town. Sadiq over Andre Silva, who started Champions League. I think the rest of the team probably stays the same. I can't remember who started Champions League. I think it was La Normand, but Traore's back from AFCON. So I think this will be a tight game, if anyone's involved in it. And somebody asked me earlier, who broke Braze? I think this would be a good game for Braze to drop a B70 or something. If he gets, if there's a goal in the first hour of the match, maybe Braze is getting involved.
Excuse me. I am aiming for the 340 here as well. I'm hoping for a Riker clean sheet, of course. Idrissi to continue to do what he's doing in the Mexican league. Nacho comes in as like the low L15 at like 41 or 43 maybe. He's been scoring okay. As long as he gets maybe to 25 AA, that would be really nice for him and for me. And then Miyoshi, at home against Sunderland, capable of some decent AA and take sets and stuff now and again. So he could sort of outscore his 39. But just looking in the chat there, thought I was selling the unique. Yeah, Carl, I am actively trying to sell it, but shifting rares ain't easy right now. Never mind unique. So it's like I am in the process of trying to do that. And then Jonathan Madsen not in the priority lineup. I mean, his L15 is too high. Jonathan, I can't really fit him into 240. I can, but the rest of the team suffers. I can't play a Beck. I can't play Stravetta. There's things that I can't do because of him. And he's away from home, and I think he'll be fine. But I just can't. I can't fit him in anywhere, to be honest. So yeah, 240s. I'm going for that middle threshold in both 240s, and I fancy my chances. I definitely fancy in Super Rare. Under 23 rare, everyone's away from home, bar this Janer fella who hasn't been good for me recently. So I'm sticking with him. But tough matchups there for sure. And then outside of that, Quinny, we've got to be fair, the 220 is active in the sense that like everyone should kind of play their part. I won this Francho Serrano tier 3, which I'm really happy about. Apparently he's he's worth like 3 million on Sofa Score and stuff, and like he's supposed to be a decent talent. I tried to see some highlights of him on YouTube and I couldn't see anything. There was literally nothing I could find. So I'm going to try and tune into a Zaragoza game. I think they actually play tonight. Yeah, they do. 16th. They play tonight at 7:30. So I would like to see a little bit of that game potentially whilst I'm doing my my gallery reviews. So that's a fun little 220 to get involved with. Yuito Suzuki season, of course, for Mickey. And yeah, mate, that's kind of the end of me, I would say. Apart from the second Premier League in season. Oh no, sorry. Can't forget the Las Palmas boys, can I?
Oh yeah, that's a nice team.
Yeah, but all the way from home against tough fixtures. Like this has just been set and forget type of thing.
Sure.
Wait until the fixtures sort of come round ticely for me maybe. But yeah, nice team to cheer on. And then I just threw in an All-Star Rare Plus. Now that Timber might play, this team potentially is a 5-man team now. Ika Alvarez doesn't play for he has played for Villarreal, but he's starting again for Villarreal too. So he's the most weirdest card on the platform, Quinny, because he doesn't play for the team that he's listed at, even though there's 2 teams, and it's just a fucking nightmare, basically. And Sorare Data doesn't show the odds for his game because he's listed as a Villarreal team player, but he plays for the 2s. So you don't actually get to see, he doesn't show up very nice in lineup builders ever because, everyone always says he's not going to play, but he got a clean sheet last week. He plays. So yeah, some funky teams. I'm excited to test out the 240s. I might be aiming, maybe I'm pushing the boat out too much, but I don't care. It's the first weekend of it, and I just want to see how it all gets. See how it all pans out.
Now, 2 things. We do have a giveaway we're going to be doing, but we need to get to that magic number, which is 88. We're on 62 at the moment. So if we can get to 88 likes, we'll be doing the giveaway. as soon as we get hit to that. And I've also put a little poll into the live chat on YouTube. So if you're watching on YouTube, you've got a little poll to interact with. For your primary teams or scarcity, whatever it is you're running, what cap 240 target are you setting yourself? Are you going low, medium, or high? Let us know in the poll. And while you're doing that, guys, obviously, easy opportunity to jump in and like the stream so we can get the giveaway all done for you. We had one more request, I think, just about come in there. Yeah, Antwerp, I seen there. So I'll go and grab them for you. So we can have a wee peek at them. And then I'll show you what I've got lined up for this weekend for some giggles and all the rest of it. And then we won't be too far away from the deadline for any more requests or any of that shooting the breeze, Harry, that we were doing last week and also at the beginning of the show today. But Antwerp are lining up as follows at home to Mechelen. Pretty strong looking team to me.
Yeah, I mean, trying to get. Yeah, Antwerp have kind of found their groove a little bit recently, even though, no Veerman and whatever. Duke's been pretty good, Janssen. Yeah, I do worry about my Cook here, to be honest.
That L5 on shifts.
Yeah, it's monster, but I think he missed a game or two, so that's kind of like a bit skewed. He did do really well last game, or he did do something at least. So, yeah, I'm expecting maybe a little 3-1. Like, I do worry for my Cook here, I really do.
Sorare Sevens has been scheduled for it's been scheduled for a while, but it turns out it's now the same day as a Glasgow derby.
No way.
So we'll have a great game to watch when we're done playing football, or before we play football, because kickoff's normally quite early for the Glasgow derby, as it's called up here by Celtic fans. But yeah, so let me just swap my screens around and stuff like that. So Harry, I've got 10 teams out again this week. I've been on 10 lineups for the last couple of weekends, which has been fun. And this weekend, honestly, I think I've said this for the last couple of shows, but sincerely, like, I think all 10 of my teams are good for the divisions they're in. The big lineup is going to stay in All-Star Super Rare. And I'm in the same situation as you, Harry, with the Unique. And it's a case of list and then play. And then list and then play. Maybe not with my McGregor. I'll be keeping that to the end of the season. But yeah, selling a card isn't just about listing it and leaving it out there and not using it. Sometimes if, you want to get to use it, you're going to use it. So I'm getting McGinn into this team. Mandanda has got the best fixture for my goalkeeper. We go Captain Scales and we take Dyson over Kyogo just because of the AA profile, basically. But hopeful that this can smash. The Celtic get a good result at home. I'm confident McGinn away is a good AA situation. And if he can get the decisive to push him over, could be a PK spiky game for him. And I'd say it's the best goalkeeper option I've got. So that's all I've got. In 240, what target do you think I've went for with this, Harry? This is the same midfield that won me the division, and then it's a Celtic stack.
There's no way you haven't gone for the middle one.
I've went mid.
I knew it.
Captain GT, we're hoping for about a 70. If Kyogo can do the 60, cool. And then Braze and Yanghel are both 70 merchants with a decisive. So, you know what? The numbers end up for me. And Braze and Kyogo's form has been so poor that I don't really think this is a 240 team, like 30 weeks of the year or whatever, out the 38, if that makes sense. So, quite buzzing about that. And with some of the recent additions I've managed to do, my Champ Super Rare team has got a wee bit more power, a wee bit more strength in it. Galan, not a great game, but I know he's playing and I know he's a good guy. Same with Saganikov as well. Goretzka away to Bochum and Martin away to... But, none of them are great games. Sorry, as away to Villarreal, but a lot of AA potential for them all. And if, let's say we get 2 or 3 decisives, it could be exciting. So, I don't think it's a dead team, even though it's...
No, definitely
not a strong team. And one thing I noticed when I punched it in, Harry, is this could be a in-season champ team.
Yeah, it could. 3 in-seasons. Yeah, it could.
So that's kind of fun to see.
Yeah, that is pretty fun.
And I've got a 4th Super Rare team out with guys that are all going to play in 270. So Skorupski got dropped midweek for Ravaglia. We kind of know that's a bit of a situation there now. All the projections have him coming back in for the weekend, which should be fine. But he does go into my bottom team because he's a wee bit scary. And it's away to Lazio, so it's not even a great game to worry about. The Colombian defender comes back in with his huge L5 at the moment. Captain Llorente, since he's up front now. Baranachea and Werner probably both start on the bench according to predictions, but either one of them could come off the bench and get decisive, could even start the games that they're involved in. It's hard to say where they're going to be. But I do worry now that the Llorente is maybe a bit too powerful for this team all of a sudden. And the last spot I've got Super Rares in is Champ Euro Rare Plus, when I've went with a vintage FC Barcelona defence of Oblak and Captain Gab Mag. And last minute, we've dropped out what was Captain Depay for Taki Kubo. Not a great game, but on to start. And if he gets a decisive again, he's a 70+ merchant. Illich, full XP, on to play, take set pieces, creative defensive mid, at home to Lecce. Should be good. And Roca, basically the same thing without as many set pieces, at home to Alaves. So I thought this looked like a good team, but should I maybe take one of them out? Should I maybe swap an Illich for a Llorente or a Roca for a Llorente? I'm swizzling on that one now because I think this team could hit. I think my rares can all deliver what I need them to do. Yeah, and it's the supers. Out these 3 supers, is this the best combo of 2? I'm now worried about, but 3 guys.
I think it is. I think those 2 are better than Llorente personally.
Okay,
it might. Yeah. I'd say you probably done it right. That did you get rid of Gabriel Mangales, or am I just being stupid?
Christian Romero. Sorry,
yeah.
It was worth double. He was worth double like Gab Mag. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, double. So okay, well, he's got to go. I'll keep Gab Mag since he's a wee bit more sentimental. I like Christian Romero. Yeah. Love Ange's Tottenham, but he's not worth 2 Gab Mags, I don't think.
That's mad, yeah.
And he helped me get the Galan super, obviously. Under 23s, Harry. I think this is a pretty stud team. Savio's not got a great game.
Savio's the letdown on paper as far as matchups go, but mate, the rest are really nice. If he gets like 15 AA or whatever, 20 AA, that could really, and O'Reilly hits big, it kind of levels itself out, maybe. In that sense,
I can maybe carry him. So those 6 teams, Harry, I'm quite buzzing about all of them. I don't think I've got much DNP to worry about, or should just be some good games and some good guys, and then. Look at this for All-Star. I'm with you. We're going against Mechelen. That's where your Suzuki plays for, isn't it, Bromby?
Yep.
Right, so we're all Team Bromby on this channel. We're going with Was. We're going with Suzuki. Going to slay the tiny Midgetland. And I've also got this guy on last week. Yeah, we're going to slay the Lairds. I got this guy Dominic Fitz as a reward last week.
Good player, mate.
He's a player. I thought
he was an under 23. Mate, he's an under 23 wise. He was a beast for a little while, like over the last 2 seasons. And then he got his move. Then he weren't playing for them whilst he was like flying type of thing. But he's come back from injury and he's kicked on again.
So this could be cool. Big AA in defence. Joe Hacking kept the clean sheet. That could be fun in All-Star. So again, quite optimistic, quite excited about that for team number 7. And then the 240. What target do you think I've went with this, Harry?
Chanot away. Vasil's got a good fixture.
Now remember, my Chanot is Chanot. For anyone, if you're looking,
you've definitely. You've gone middle.
Yeah,
surely.
I went mid. I went mid. 340.
I mean, depends what Mitoma we see. Obviously, if you look at his last 15 games just on Sorare data. There's not actually a 60 in there, which is quite worrying. But I think, he is due he's due a run. He had a run, didn't he, towards maybe it was the start of the season or last season where he was just ridiculous. Obviously back from Asia Games maybe and whatever. And there's definitely something to look at there. Fakir's been good since he's come back in. He's a really nice punchy one, I think. I know I don't like giving my thing too much, but like surely Fakir gets the nod there as the C.
So my problem, I think Mitoma gets like 25 AA in this game, to be honest with you. I think he will be dribbling, getting into the box. I think he'll be fire, to be honest with you. I think he's the highest scorer in the team. That's kind of how I landed on it.
He's one out of, it's either him or Fakir for me. Like out of who scores the highest. Saying that though, Vasil, I don't know. But like, doesn't Fakir get crazy AA?
Yeah, Fakir's been good. I'll pop him on screen. Maybe you guys in the chat can let me know what you think as well. But I can't see Mitoma not doing. I really just think he's got an 85, 90 in him for this game.
It's just hard to imagine. Like, I know it's Sheffield, but I know it doesn't really matter what's happened in the past technically on paper. But ultimately, go have a look at the last time he's done that. Is my issue where like. At least Fakir's come straight back in already, and he's like smashing, kind of.
Yeah,
that's my only rationale personally.
The only thing I hesitate with Fekir is just that he's on now. I was worried anyway because he's just back from injury. They played Thursday night, and I think this game's Sunday. So I didn't think he's up for 90 minutes really anyway. Good and point. Then even now, and I know you didn't know any of this, but he's 50-50 on this.
Okay. Sorry. So yeah, that changes things then.
I think he's safe. I think the 50-50 is a wee bit scaremongering. I think he'll probably start, but you never know. I suppose. So
yeah, that's a good point. That's a very good point.
So was it this one? Oh, sorry. My screens have all jiggered in the wrong way around. There we go. So yeah, middle. I've went with middle on both of mine. I think I'll punch quite hard with my teams. I think they're quite well built and good guys fitting into the cap. The next one we then come to is the 240's dropped to the bottom, so I had to reset the target, but 270. Where I've got Quandary, a Celtic stack, kinda, with David Marshall. Not a great game. One of the last teams I built, and yeah, still should do all right, but 270 is hard. I need Ralston to drop a 70 from right back. I need both the strikers to deliver.
Yeah,
and then Marshall
you can need a massive captain score on you, basically.
Yeah. I think he's the most close. I think he's the closest to an 80, probably Dyson. That's why I went for him. And then the final team I've got, my 10th team, is a 220. Which, by the way, look at that.
Jesus Christ. That's better than the 270.
And Kunku's playing Man City, which we're not holding our breath
Fair
on.
Enough. Yeah.
Robbo on a 27. It feels like I have to put him in here, kind of. Brentford's not a great game anyway. I don't think it's an amazing one. I think they'll score a couple. But Robbo could get an assist or something.
I think Robbo deserves to be in the 240 somewhere.
In the 240 over?
I mean, I don't know how it would work, but just because his cap's so low, I just mean he's a bit of an enabler in that sense, right? You get him in, and it allows you to get punchy guys then into 240. I'm not saying your guys aren't punchy, but what is Chanot's L15? I don't know. Was it 40s, 50 maybe?
He's off a wee bit of form. I think he got sent off not too long ago.
Did he? Fair enough.
Something like that.
50 on the dot. I mean, good guy. I just mean it's just fun to have a Robbo in there, knowing that great, no Trent. There's going to be set pieces.
No Trent.
There's no Trent, so it's he's going to have a monopoly. I think there's no Szoboszlai either. He obviously takes sets as well. I just think he's such a low L15. There's no way he doesn't massively outscore it. But my issue is if you did play him over Chanot, it doesn't matter. But unless you're using up those extra 20 odd points of L15. Do you get what I'm saying? On maybe whoever comes in for Matinho or whatever, then it doesn't make sense. But that's just my 2 cents on it. If it makes sense not to, if you haven't got another guy that can come in and do a bit, that's the only thing. I don't know if is Parejo like firing right now? I don't know.
He's in the squad. The game's tonight. It won't start.
Little Bernie,
he's been injured. Bernie, it won't start, I don't think.
No, but could he? He could easily still score well.
I don't think I've got anyone in training that is on.
Yeah, fair enough.
Play, to be honest with you, maybe Raquelme comes off the bench, but he's a super. But yeah, that's kind of everyone I've got playing. Really, actually, looking at it, they'll fit quite nicely in a wee team. But yeah, definitely make you right. Maybe the Robbo is a bit underused there, but the cap, I can't really make benefit of it anyway.
That's the issue, isn't it? It's making benefit of the cap. Yeah.
So yeah, that's where I'm at for my main teams. We're not quite there, guys, but it's 78 likes. We need another 10, and then we'll do the giveaway. We are 10 minutes to the deadline. I'd love to give these cards away. Please do support the. I'm on the right page, haven't I? Yeah, it was Mick Flynn that has donated the cards to the giveaway. So make sure next time you're on Sorare, you jump over to Mick Flynn Open for Trades and drop him a follow on Sorare. That's why he's donated, sponsored the giveaway for us today. As you can see here, Mick Flynn, the Scouse Superstars, Everton badge, Mick Flynn Open to Trades, drop him a wee follow. He's on 18 now already from earlier, so thanks very much to everyone that's done that. Almost doubled it, so feel free to get stuck in. And we've got 2 cards to give away thanks to Mick. We've got this guy here, Nayu, which is cool, nice wee 3D card. And we've got this guy, Goularte, who's a cool guy as well, can do some bits.
Yeah.
Thanks very much to Mick for supporting the channel. And then there'll be a booby prize for whoever comes in third. They're going to win the retired Vincent Le Goff. So once we get to, we're almost there. A few more likes, and we'll get ourselves over the line, and we'll get the giveaway done as well before we get to the deadline. We're a wee 10 minutes away now.
Big Vincent van Gogh.
That's it. Girona will get destroyed at Bilbao. Do you think so, Raul? I hope not. I'm not afraid. Am I afraid that he'd start on the bench? I think he starts, but Pellegrini didn't have. There was some. I seen some sort of aftermath of the Europa League thing, and I would worry that he would maybe get a rest or something. So I don't know. Maybe I'm even worried about rotating him out now altogether. They're putting the fear into me. They're putting the fear into me.
It's a healthy fear.
Yeah.
The healthy fear.
I might need to check that out again quickly. So yeah, let me have a wee double check at that. I'm getting the fear now. I don't want to have a nice looking cap 240 team there and it falls on a sub Fekir. So what could we do? We could probably. Do you know what I was thinking, Harry? I thought if I did do that, I would probably try and slide the Fits into the 240 team.
I was going to say that could be quite fun.
So let's have a wee. Oh Jesus, this interface is lagging and letting me down quickly. There we go. So let's have a peek. So let's see if we took him out for not affordable only. Sorry, other lineup for Fitzy. 7 points over, and then 6 points under. Yeah, that looks alright, doesn't it?
That's fun. That is fucking sweet. And
I'd probably Captain Robbo
all day long, baby.
Captain Robbo, yeah. Aye.
Yeah, till you die. Come on.
Okay, let's do it. Okay, so now we've got 2 broken teams. Do we go big now?
Not big. Do 340, surely.
Yeah, I'll stay with 340.
Yeah.
All right, so what do we have here? We need a striker in here.
So you go for Fekir in there, or
nah.
Go and Cuckoo in there, maybe.
Cuckoo's a mid for me.
Okay, sorry.
I think I'm probably going to go grab Kyogo or Dyson from that 270.
Okay. Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm going to grab Kyogo or Dyson. Kyogo or Dyson. I'm going to go Kyogo just in case he's got a wee pep in his step. That'll do. And then, can we fit Chanot in here? Because that would just be too convenient. No, we can't. That's a pain in the bum now. So let's come back to that in a second. Oh, we could put Chanot in here, probably. Yeah, that just cleans this team up kind of nicely. Okay, that's fine. Don't think we're missing out on Chanot from being somewhere else, are we? It's only really a global we could work him into for exploiting. But yeah, okay, I'm quite happy with that. What's the last team to fill in? I just need a low cap defender to complete this team, which isn't great anyway. That's fine. Who do we have using in our lineup in case there's a guy in training? Nobody. We only have Robbo. Or Angelino. Is Angelino going to play? Do we know?
He didn't play yesterday, so that might mean something.
See, I seen that. I wasn't sure. Did he even get registered for Europe? That was one thing I wasn't sure about.
I don't know. I don't think he played the game before that, though, as well. So
he's on 55% to play here. Updated earlier today. I'm just going to slide him in. And then do we maybe drop in Nkunku for Fekir? Or Depay for Fekir? I think I take Depay still. Or do we just dingy Fekir? Just...
Is Depay starting?
See, I think Depay's more likely from the bench than Fekir. It's kind of my thinking. If they do bench both of them, I fancy Memphis to come off and be more impactful than Fekir. But what other forwards do I even have? I could play Fekir. I could play Jun. That's kind of it. Maybe Tate if you fancy him from the bench. Abada from the bench. I'm probably sticking Memphis over Fekir, but maybe Fekir starts, but
I mean, yeah, there's no reason why Fekir can't really start.
Would you drop in Nkunku for Fekir?
Yeah.
Even Nkunku will definitely start?
Yeah. I would, personally.
He's done absolutely nothing in England, has he? Jesus. Oh, I'm on the wrong page. Sorry. I was flicking about with this. I beg your pardon. Sorry, Harry.
It's okay.
We're only 4 minutes to deadline. I better get my shit together. I'm going to keep... well, this is against City. Yeah, okay, let's just do that. Get Fekir in here. Minimising Kunku for this week. Fine. And I'm going to get Kunku into a training team somewhere somehow because I need his wee XP to get itself sorted out. Awesome. I think we're at the light goal. We are. Good. We can do a giveaway. Harry boy, we need to get some sort of question in place where we're doing first, second, and third. We need a booby trap winner this week. I'm probably going to slide them in here over tier now. I was going to do like a fastest finger thing, and sometimes we do fastest finger and let's just get the top 3 kind of thing. I was thinking about doing that. So yeah, awesome. Teams are set. Awesome. Right, I feel good. We've got those last minute wee sneaky bits in. The percentage on that Chanel makes me twitch. Chanel. Chanel. Angelino punt. Yeah, everyone's giving me all the updates. Sorry, guys. I've missed out on the chat a little bit minute there. Okay, cool. Let's see, right? The mid target was the one that reigned supreme on the poll. 53% of yous are going to go for the mid target. Me and Harry have went double mid target, I think, for rare and super. So I think we're all going for it. We're all crazy bar stewards. 38% of you are going to take the easy money, which is cool. Only 8% tell us that they're going to be going for shooting for the moon on it as well. So if you are one of the people that voted for going high, we had over 100 votes, or no, 96 votes. So those 8 people, it's probably like 8% of votes, probably like 7 or 6 people. So if you are going for the big one, tell me your team and why you're doing it and what region. Is it super? Is it rare? Is it limited? What you're doing? Let us know. And yeah, we're 2 minutes to the deadline. We'll do the giveaway, but we need a question, and we need. Yeah, we'll just do fastest gets number 1, second fastest gets number 2, and the last one in the door gets the booby trap or gets the booby prize kind of thing. Now, we didn't have any Mr. Midweek to call upon. Like a question to jump back through and say like, oh, what was the what score did Harry's team get and all the rest of it. So I tell you what, I've got a question right now. This is fastest finger first, guys. We're going to give away 3 cards here, right now. If you haven't already, guys, we're at 92 likes, which I am very thankful for, and we'll do the giveaway. But can we get to 100? If you haven't liked the stream already, we're at the deadline. Hopefully we've saved your team. Drop a like. And I've got a question for you. The answer to the question is a serial number, a Sorare card serial number. And that's the answer I want, the full, complete serial number. I traded in a Victor Saganikov super rare. What jersey number or what serial number is it? Go.
I've got a question as well, Quinny, if you want me to do the second one, maybe.
Ooh.
How are you? What are you doing? We got 3 cards to give away, no?
We got 3. So we'll do one for this. If you got a good question, it'll be fun. I did say 1, 2, 3 on this.
It's a decent question. Oh, you're doing 1, 2, 3 as in like.
I was gonna do that, yeah. But we could just do one for this.
No, give them all away. Yeah, sorry, I didn't realize you were doing all 3 at once. Sorry.
We'll do yours next, maybe for fun or for something. I don't know.
People want an incentive, Quinny. Come on.
People do love an incentive. You're right. Lots of answers flying in, guys. Love to see it. So there's prizes for first, second, and thirds. Now, I want a full serial number. I want number. The full Sorare super rare serial number for the Saganikov I've just traded in. Now, I did make a little faux pas there, Harry, and I said jersey number. Saganikov's jersey number is 8. And I think some people think that was a Freudian slip from me, but it wasn't. It's not a jersey number. I'm really sorry. So if you guessed 8, thinking I see what's happened there, I'm sorry, but that's not it. Sorare Holland. No.
that's the answer to the Vanakin question. I thought you were going to do that as well.
The Vanakin one, of course.
I thought you were going to do it.
That's a great one. Unfortunately, Johnny, it's a super rare I've got. I do love the banter answers that we're getting in here. Josh, it's not a serial number. It's just a number. Oh, same with you, Shezzy. Again, a number, not a serial number. We're getting lots of serial numbers in that are wrong, but must be said. Oh, Jesus. There we go. Number 1 is Josh. 5 out of 10. Well done. He's got, is that a Memphis Depay Man United picture? Is his profile? Let us know your Sorare club name, Josh. You are number 1. So, Josh, congratulations, mate. And that's us in the game week, guys. Good luck to everyone that's here. Let's see who number 2 was. It was Jack Root. Well done, my man. Let me know your Sorare club name in the live chat now, and I'll send these cards over to you. And then, who came in third? Oh, Harry Macy. It was almost you with the booby prize, but it goes to Tom Godfrey. Booby prize for you, my man. Let us know your Sorare club names in the live chat. With me and Harry will shoot the breeze for 2 minutes while we get the answers in. And yeah, we'll be wishing everyone luck and going off their merry way into the weekend. Harry, what are you like? What games are you excited to watch? What are you up to? How are you feeling? What are you thinking?
Lots of questions there. I'm trying
anyone
unravel them. I mean, yeah, what am I that interested? There's a couple of games on tonight that I'll have to not watch, but definitely keep an eye on. I've got Standard Liège playing tonight, for Mallorca playing tonight, Westerlo are playing tonight as well. Even Southampton played tonight, which is a bit of a shocker, but they play Friday night, 8 o'clock. I think. Is this telling me PSV played tonight as well, Quinny? Jesus. Nice. At 7 o'clock. So yeah, I've got quite a few cards going out, to be honest, tonight. My boy Serrano plays tonight as well for Zaragoza. So yeah, I've got quite a few things to keep an eye on, but I will be very, very busy this afternoon with gallery, what we call them? Reviews. Sorry. Gallery reviews this evening for the members. So yeah, that'll probably take up all my night, if not till tomorrow morning, to be honest. But yeah, I'll have it on the side. I've got a couple of screens so I can kind of, have a little watch of something maybe. But yeah, nothing in particular, but just taking it day by day, to be honest, because those teams or players are kind of scattered across multiple lineups. So, it could be make or break tonight, basically, is what I'm getting at. What about yourself? Because I can see Girona playing Monday.
Yep.
You've got Atletico Saturday. When do Sociedad play? I'm guessing Saturday.
I think it's Saturday as well, mate. Okay. I had everything. I've just got all the winners in, so thanks very much, everyone getting their name in nice and sharp for us there. Even the booby prize is getting dished out, which we love. So they've all been shipped off now to all the winners. Thanks to everyone that did partake in that. But yeah, I think I had all my games. Oh, it'll be in this tab now, won't it? It tells you here. Yeah, so a lot of them are Saturday, Sunday. I've got wee bits of. I've got like 3 or 4 guys tonight and like 3 or 4 guys on Monday. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so what's the good teams? A lot of Saturday action for me. A lot of Saturday, Monday. Illich tonight, Sundays and Saturdays. Yeah, it's just a mad weekend for me, I think. I'm going to try and watch as much as I possibly can across like all my teams, really, main kind of focus, and just getting back on the wheel content-wise. I didn't do any football content over the last week, just with all the Sorare stuff. And I've got so much Sorare content to make as well, just with, all the kind of burning topics of the day and topics that could be done, things that need updated or evolved and all the rest of it. So I think it'll be a lot of consuming for me this weekend, and then there'll be fucking tons of videos for the foreseeable future, it feels like. So, busy weekend probably. Well, we get together, maybe watch a game or catch it. It doesn't need to be a stream or something, but we might get together at the weekend or something. Maybe we'll do a stream as well. So we did a nice kind of Rivals hardcore thing, and I really liked that. But see what I felt with the Rivals stuff, I felt really burned out after it. Like, see rivaling up for a weekend and like, let's pick the teams, watch the game, pick the team, watch the game. The way we did it, or the way I was trying to do it anyway, it was brilliant. But afterwards, I was like, oh man, I'm not doing that midweek. And then I got to the next weekend and I thought, I can't be gassed this weekend. I think all the Sorare changes has happened and stuff and whatever. So we'll see if we get back on the horse with anything.
It'd be tough, wouldn't it? Rivals came out at a time, now looking back, where it's just been over sort of shadowed by, the new Sorare update, the core product and stuff. So, yeah, I don't know. The hype's dying down a little bit on Rivals for me, even though they've improved things and stuff, and it's great. Like, it's getting better. It's just still not, the buzz isn't there, is it? As much as cheering on your pro lineups. So yeah, but there's definitely an avenue for it. Maybe it's not for us though. Maybe it is for new players at the end of the day. That's kind of what they want, isn't it? It's like a funnel. to the main game. So
yeah, big time. Well, Harry boy, it's been an absolute pleasure as ever. Thanks to everyone that joined us for the deadline show today. We hope we saved you from DNPs. Hopefully you've secured we didn't quite get to 100, Harry, we're at 97. But hopefully you 97 heroes, legends, scouts and managers from all over the world, you've locked in your good luck. You're not going to get DNPs. You're going to get that good RNG luck tonight for any rewards you've got midweek or after the weekend. But yeah, good luck to everyone. And we'll see you next week. Harry, it's been a pleasure, mate.
Been a pleasure. Catch you soon, lads.
Satara.